I'm ready, Freddie.
We are live. All right, let's just jump right into it. All right, well, welcome to The Most High Show, made by and for people in recovery, a show about recovery, spirituality, and being human. Our mission is to provide impactful, community-driven media that informs, empowers, and inspires positive change. Real people, real stories, real life. This is The Most High Show.
Yay.
Awesome.
So, you going to pray us in?
Oh, you can.
Okay. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. Lord, we thank you just for all that you've done, how you have brought each and every one of us here and kept us safe from any hurt, harm, or danger. Lord, I ask that you continue to move in this room, move in our lives, and continue to do what you're doing in this place. Lord, thank you for all things. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right.
right,
Let's get into some things.
Joining me to my left today, we have Jason as co-host.
Yes.
Welcome, Jason.
Thank you.
Welcome, Jason.
Thank you.
And then in our honorable seat of service, we have Charles. He is a person not only in recovery, but someone who works in recovery. It's kind of like a saint. He's
It's
here.
only because the man upstairs got him and put me here.
Amen.
Amen. He's here to share his story of strength, hope, and courage. And welcome to the show, Charles. Thanks for joining us tonight.
I'm glad to be here. I thank you for inviting me. I feel honored to come here and share my story, what I've been through in life itself. My name is Charles Raymond Hasbrook Jr. I come from a family that's been broken from the beginning. Mother and father never married. Had rough growing up. Where I grew up at was for the country of New York, upstate New York. That's where I'm originally from. Where I grew up at, I was one of the few people of color, we'll put it that way. in the
Dressed
area.
up, right? Yeah.
So I had to pretty much fight through school. There's a lot of Ku Klux Klan up there and a lot of racism down there. So I pretty much had to fight. And in order for me to fit in, I had to find a way. And for me to find that way was to use drugs and alcohol. I used to ride a bus. There used to be called names. Me and my sister used to be called names. And one time I got in a fight with the bus. I had the whole school bus chasing me. But by doing all this stuff and not giving up and picking up the fight, I learned respect. I got to know people, and people started to know me and started accepting for who I was, no matter of color, which is a blessing to me. As I grew older, I kept on doing drugs and drinking. And it turned out we had a guy on the bus. He used to be pretty much racist. He used to call me names, and him and his brothers called me names. And he said something to my sister one time, and I hit him.
As you should. As you should.
Damn right I did.
Yeah.
I respect my family. I love my family first and foremost. And nobody could disrespect her. I ended up having this. That's when I had the whole school bus chasing me. Later on in life, because I always used to like to party, I tried to be the best at what I could do, and I was the best drinker there was. I was the best person smoking weed at that time. And as I went along, we got to become close. He ended up being my best friend.
The guy that you punched.
Yes.
Incredible.
And what's more incredible,
I know, right?
even though he was racist, his brother's older. His older brother ended up marrying my baby sister as the years went,
Wow.
which was a blessing. We got close. But you still dealt with the racism. They stuck by me no matter what. People who used to harass me, they were there to help me out, Because of my drug use and alcohol use during school, I didn't really attend school much. I used to cut out of school, miss school, go to school high, go to school drunk. My father had a liquor cabinet at the house. So in the mornings, people used to meet me at the house, my house. I used to make drinks for him, smoking weed with him.
You mixed and drank. How old were you when you were mixing and drank, Charles?
12, 13 years old.
Oh, yeah, you were tall.
That's
12 mixing and drank.
That's just making my own shit up. Liquor, say, try some of this, pour some of this in there. And
Did you
Literally a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Did you name any of them?
Purple Panther piss, with some grape juice in it, and used to mix rum and whatever you had in there, it's mixed together, make different cocktails.
Well, at what age were you first introduced to drugs and alcohol?
At the age of 11.
11?
I had a cousin. His name is Terry White. When I was 9 years old, we was still at my aunt's house all the time. He's been in prison quite a bit. He was in and out of prison and in jails. And I just thought it was pretty cool because I used to see him with all this money all the time. I didn't really know what women were at the time, but I see him with all these pretty people, pretty girls around him. I wanted to be like him. And he told me he went to jail many times. So I told myself, well, I want to be a criminal. figured that's the way to get the women and the girls.
Goals.
Yeah, that's my goal was to be a criminal.
So that was your active
Yes,
like.
I like to, yes.
That reminds me. I had a friend who was like, "I want to work at Hooters. That's my life's plan."
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? You pop off, queen.
You see people that I want to be a fireman, I want to be a policeman, I want to be a convict. They look at me like, what the hell, you know? That's as I got older, but that's how I always wanted to be because I seen the lifestyle he was living. Mm-hmm. It was pretty much exciting. So he started smoking me a cigarette when I was like 9, 10 years old. He started smoking a cigarette. I'm 11 years old. I see him smoking funny-looking cigarettes. We used to call them back in the days. He said, "You want to try something?" Try something. So I tried something. First time I didn't get high. So I used to like this. So I started smoking weed young. As it progressed, we go back a little bit. The drinking started when I was even younger yet. When I was in my early years, our families every weekend used to get together and have cookouts. Back in them days, they had these big metal tubs. They used to have beer in it. They used to keep it in the garage out of Middletown, New York, my grandfather's house. So they'd be out there drinking, and I see them always getting drinks. So I used to pop a little bit. Me and my cousins Tony and Bobby, we used to drink some in the cans there. That's where I like the effect from that. That's where the drinking started, you know.
And so was that like from your first drink? Were you like disgusted by it and you just wanted to fit in, or did you feel the relief?
Because at that time I was like maybe 7, 8 years old. We were young, 9 years old. I seen the grown-ups drinking it,
and you wanted to be like them.
Yeah, so we enjoyed it, you know.
And was like addiction and substance abuse, was that something that ran in your family?
I had I have quite a few cousins that have been in recovery. One of my cousins had died. She's been in recovery for many years. She was a drug addict. Had other sisters that became drug addicts later on in the years went by. Pretty much my family, they all like to party, smoke weed, and get high, you know.
Okay, so when you're this young and drinking and using, there isn't really, like, it's just business as normal in your family?
Every weekend they used to gather at my aunt's house. Right. Used to go over there for the weekend, hang out, and that's what we used to do, drink sangria wine and smoke weed, you know. Remember back in the days?
Forgot about that one.
Oh, yeah.
So we see the foundation when it started. Yes. So when did it take a turn and you were like, okay, I'm feeling it. I'm liking this. When did that start?
I'd say about 14, 15 years old.
Okay.
I used to get high up pretty much every day. And I wake up, I make sure I find a way to get weed. I used to buy like a dime bag, roll joints.
It was reefer back then.
Yeah.
We were smoking reefer.
We call it weed, yeah.
Reefer, old
Pop.
school. You don't know what
So I rolled joints,
Yeah.
you know, I used to roll nice joints. Roll about 5 joints, selling for $2 a piece. What was left in the bag, it was for me. So I used 2 papers, roll a joint, take them to school and sell them.
So you're selling dope now.
Yeah, I was selling.
You graduated. You're selling dope now.
That's what kept me high.
I like that. You
So
learned. Got your
I
little business going.
Me and my friends, they smoke weed. One of my brother friends named Edward, another one of my best friends. His brother was a dealer. He sell weed, and so he always had weed. So we ride the school bus, on the back of the school bus, getting high in the school bus. A bus driver, her son used to sell weed, so she didn't really mind as long as we stayed in the back and caused no problems.
It's over with.
Yes.
Do what we want to do.
We got freedom.
Yeah.
You know, freedom to do what we want to do.
Do what we want to do.
Bus driver didn't mind.
She high.
She's
Well, what year is this? Like,
this is like 73, 74.
I was thinking, I was like, this has to be the 70s.
Yeah.
Just
Were
from
you
the
even
stories,
born?
stories I've heard
Right, yeah.
about,
Were
you know.
you even born?
No, I wasn't.
Right.
No, baby, I know old people though.
Okay.
I'm sitting right here.
Where I grew up was up in the country. I grew up was up in the country. It's not in the New York. Everybody thinks New York City. They say New York from Northern New York. They think automatically city. There's a lot of country up in New York. So up there, they used to grow weed, you know. I used to have a pot plant in my backyard at one time. So everybody smoked. It was a pastime.
Right.
You know, family, people up there, pretty much hillbillies. You know, people up there live have curtains for windows. That's people that curtains for windows.
How old were you? So you in school? Was it high school?
Middle school.
Middle school.
Yeah.
Good God, man.
I used to get off the school bus. Before we get to school, like I said, the bus driver was cool. She used to drop us off at the corner by the diner. We have a place called The Path behind the diner. We used to all go down there and smoke, get high, drink. Couldn't go to school.
So did you make it to high school?
Yes. Yeah, I've been yeah. To high
you
school,
made it high
surprisingly.
school. Okay.
After I failed like 8th grade once, 9th grade maybe once or twice, and got to high school, and I failed like 10th grade about 2 times. I got to the point in high school, my sister, who was 4 years younger than me, went up the same homeroom. Teacher says, Charles Hasbrook? I said, yes. Karen Hasbrook, yes. He says, are you twins? No, we're 4 years apart. So I failed a lot.
So, look, the sister that's in the audience now,
Yes.
what's her name?
Her name is Starlene. She's my older sister.
Say it. I like that.
Starlene, she's 11 years
How you
older than I
doing, Miss
am.
Darlene?
You know,
Thank you for coming. Thank you.
she started off smoking, but she had some sense to stop and got my father, I think, straightened her out a little bit too. But she had more knowledge than I did. How can I say? She wanted more of the life than I did.
Okay.
Put it that way, you know.
She's one of those weirdos who just put it down.
Yeah, she just put it down and stopped and went to school, graduated high school, went to college. Me, I couldn't even make it out of school. I got to the point I got kicked out. I didn't get kicked out. I left before they called the police on me. They called me. They said I did something I didn't do, and I cursed the principal out. And the police were coming to one door, not the other door. You know.
So we're in high school. We're in 8th grade for the 4th time, right?
No, about the second time.
Right. Second time.
Not 10th grade for the.
So okay, now we're gonna
times.
put it in cruise control. We're gonna head out of school. So what happens after what? We 20s.
After I got kicked, after I left school, my father told me I had to get a job.
Okay.
So I started working at, first I started working at a chicken plant. Where they make chickens. Everybody there is drinking. I did good, but I'm not good as manual labor, messing with chickens.
Right.
Pulling chickens out of cages, sticking them in cages, giving them needles. That's not my forte.
Okay. Live chickens.
Oh, yeah, they're live.
Okay.
They
Like
run around
all
the
of those documentaries there's been about chicken plants and chicken production, like you're working that.
well, yeah, the big barn, you go inside with a hook, you catch the chickens by hooks, some of them, and grab from, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow. Do you eat chicken?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't-
I was saying, like, did that ruin your
I
appetite
know
for
food.
it?
So just work is just a whole murder scene every day.
Yeah, that kind. Yeah, that kind.
Okay.
Yeah, I just couldn't get into chicken because
So
you're
we
riding
killing
to work
chickens every day.
in the back of a truck with 6 other guys. And up north, it's cold. You know, I'm talking up in the country, up in the mountains, it's like the zeros and the 20s and stuff like that. And you're riding in the back of a truck, cold as hell. That's not my forte.
Right.
You know.
And so,
Right.
did your substance use kind of like
My
take off
substance
at that
use-
point?
I started doing pills at that time. Speed, Black Beauties, Robin's eggs.
What's that? What's Black Beauty?
It's speed. Speed.
Okay.
We used to have it. My friend used to have his sister living in Florida. And she used to ship it up in a UPS truck. I was delivered by UPS. Beautiful, beautiful thing. So I got hooked and started taking pills.
Yeah.
My other friends, his grandmother used to take Valium. So he used to take Valium to school.
Grandma high too.
No, my friends are stealing from his
Oh, he's stealing her pills. I thought you said grandma was getting high because I knew the blood driver was getting high.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking everybody in on it.
Everybody's getting, don't
Right,
go to New York,
everybody in
guys.
on it.
It's
Good
not
God.
safe.
Yeah.
Right. Who is safe right here today? Okay,
But
so
so we started. I was doing pills, and I didn't think it was that much of a problem. Even though I kept failing school, missing classes, getting kicked off of football teams, getting kicked off of baseball teams, I didn't think it was a problem. I didn't think nothing of it, you know.
Because it's still, at this point, it's still normal
still
to you,
normal,
right?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
that's what
It's
you
still
see
thing
in
that-
your
yep.
family. Has anyone around you attempted sobriety at any point?
At that time in my life, no. I had my cousins attempted sobriety, and I was maybe, I'd say in my early 20s.
Was this your convict cousin?
No, he had passed away, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm sorry.
For him, guess the cops were looking for him. We went to jump on a train, and the cops say a train hit him. But we feel otherwise. We feel like the cops actually beat him up because they couldn't catch him when they needed to. There was a big thing about that. So he passed. But when I started working I worked for the state at a psychiatric center up in New York, Milton Psychiatric Center. I worked there. I started off when I was 19 years old. Now that's when my drug usage took off. That's when I introduced. My thing was, as I got went along, from weed to pills, started doing cocaine, sniffing cocaine. I was sniffing it there. And when I got to 19, I was working at the hospital. I was making good money, buying coke. Then a friend of my sister's boyfriend at the time introduced me to crack cocaine.
uh-oh.
You know,
It's on now.
and it was on.
Yeah, it's
the
on
first
now.
the first time I did, it didn't really affect me. I didn't really feel it. Second time I did it, my heart raced, my ears fucking started ringing. I like this shit.
Yeah, it's the most.
I feel like you just like described like a panic attack, and you're like, yeah, hell yeah,
it's like-
more.
Yeah, I like this.
It is the best
Yeah, eyes
and worst
opened
thing
up,
that ever
yeah.
happened to you. That
Yeah,
moment
your
where he
ears ring.
speaks of, it is the
Yeah.
best and the worst thing that ever will happen to you
Yeah.
for the rest of your life.
Me.
No, because I remember like before I like was introduced to drugs, like I just knew of like, from health class, like, oh, these are the drugs, this is what they do, here's the side effects. And I'm like, none of these highs sound great. Why would anybody do these? And then I get exposed to drugs. I'm like, these are fantastic.
I like this.
Why is not everybody doing this?
Yeah.
And so it's just funny, like just remembering like what it was like to not know that experience. Be like, yeah, my heart started racing, my ears are ringing, and like, no, but it was actually enjoyable and not awful.
Train.
Yeah, train.
Yeah.
Ooh, the ear
So
ringer.
listen, you brought up something that sparked my attention. When you asked him, you said, was anybody in your life trying to get sober? Do you even remember? Because I don't. Even if that was a thing.
Back that
You get what I'm
time-
saying? Like, was
Yeah,
it a
yes,
thing?
it was a
Because
recovery
everybody
thing.
around, if aunties and uncles and all of us are drinking and part of what they are, and then I'm sneaking, doing my little thing on the side, and I see this, somebody sober isn't even something that I'm thinking is a thing. Because it's like a ritual and a tradition at some point. Every cookout, for a fact that along with the hot dogs and hamburgers, you're going to get a case of beer.
Yes.
Every party, even kids'
Yes, indeed.
parties, we get drunk as hell and getting high as hell. So when you said it like resonated with me because I'm like, do I even remember sobriety even being a thing at all? And I don't remember. I just only time, let's say it like this. Let me put it like this. I think that as far as sobriety was concerned at the time, sobriety was Monday morning. Sobriety was Monday morning, let's go back to work.
At that time, I didn't
That's
know what
what it
sobriety
was.
was.
Yeah.
I heard my sister,
Right.
my cousin, she stopped drinking, doing drugs, and I didn't think she had no problem.
Right.
But then said she don't drink no more, she don't get high no more. I didn't think nothing of it. I didn't, like I said, I didn't know what sobriety was. I didn't know what it was about. I just know she stopped drinking, doing drugs. I never knew why.
Oh, okay, so you just it's like she's done, and you're like, okay, cool for you.
cool,
I'm gonna
yeah.
keep doing what I'm doing.
Or she just different.
Yeah, and she told
Yeah.
on
You
me
know,
too.
she's
and I had weed.
different.
She snitched on me.
Most of the time in small cities, different pretty much means you're probably either Jehovah's Witness or your church lady or something like that. That's how we kind of put it in our mind that that's the reason why you don't
Stop.
do any of the stuff that I do. I'm just a rebel and an outlaw. So we do this, and then you've got the churchgoers over here. Because all they want to spew out is don't drink, don't do this, don't do that. They ain't worried about the other sins. It's like just this drug sin. And so when she stopped, I'm quite sure you never even thought about proceeding with what, because it didn't even look like something that was a thing.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing to me.
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't know what sobriety was, what recovery was, none of that stuff.
Yeah.
Just as she said, I heard that she was starting to go to AA. I'm like, what the hell
What
is AA?
is that? What is AA?
You know? I know nothing about that.
Yeah.
But she stuck with it, and okay, we never really talked anymore. So I never pursued anything. I didn't think about it, pursue it anymore. I just kept on doing what I was doing.
So you're 19, high school dropout, working at a psych hospital, doing coke,
Do
doing
coke,
crack.
drinking, just smoke crack, taking the pills from the place there because I used to hand out medications. So every now
That's
and
the
then-
best job
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
pillhead.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, so taking-
Oh, you don't
taking
want to
pills.
take your pills? I do.
But the thing I was surprised about is the respect I got from the people there. Like I worked on was for the criminally insane. People there for murder. They had killed people.
Okay.
Pleaded temporary insanity.
How did you get this job? Hold on, I want to.
I went to a temp agency. And
Okay.
I worked when I tried to do something. I tried to be in extremes. I tried to do the best. Like I did my drugs and my alcohol. I do the best I could.
Mm-hmm.
And most jobs I've had, I tried to do the best I could at it. And the people there, when they were there, other people that worked there, they just look at them like a piece of me, like they're just crazy.
Right.
They didn't treat them like people.
Mm.
Yeah, I treated them like me,
like
like
human
they're like
beings,
human beings, exactly, human beings. I did some crazy shit too, because I used to take them out. Hey, you want to have a drink?
Yeah.
You ain't supposed to be taking this shit. I take them out to the bar, let them have a drink. They smoke weed.
The criminally insane.
I love it.
And they're going to the bar with you.
With him. So he kidnapped
To
them.
me, they're people. You know?
Jesus, so he
He
kidnapped.
kidnapping the people
Yeah,
and
that's
taking
kidnapping.
them to the bar.
I'm allowed to take my
I
van
love
rides.
it.
I like to take van
I love
rides.
it. You see?
Wait, I'm just thinking of like Orange is the New Black and like that girl who was like
Right.
driving the other girl to the hospital and stuff and then doing her little side missions. Like
Look,
that was you.
Yeah,
We
I used to
are-
take them on trips. I used to take them because like they don't go to a place. I used to take them on like field days, take them to get them out the building, take them up to the mountains. I said, hey, still go by places. He says, damn, I'm thirsty. I wish I had a beer. You want a beer? Stop. We used to have one beer.
So you breaking all the laws and rules at the same time.
And they love you.
Shout out to the staffing agency. For God's sake.
She got me the
Shout
job with the
out to the
staffing
staffing
agency.
agency. First and foremost, so we clearly know they didn't drug test you because the staffing agency we run into,
no.
you get pissed.
Was
Yeah.
that even a thing back then, though?
Couldn't have
No.
been.
No.
Couldn't have been. So shout out to
Yeah.
this staff agency. Lord, no, bring it back.
That's how I got
'Cause
hired
they
onto
said-
the company. I was supposed to go
Man.
through the staffing for 6 months. After 3 months, they said, hey, this guy's good. People at the psych center said people like him, the staff like him. He seems like he respects the people. He's respectable. We're going to hire him early. So
You're
I
like,
hired
we
him
really
early.
want this crackhead, please.
Yeah, so they don't know. The thing about the hospital, it's like a soap opera. The unit chiefs, the directors, the doctors, they're doing drugs too.
Right, right.
You know, I went to a party that the staff had. I walk in the door, the director or one of the directors of the unit say, "Hey, want some coke?" Isn't about doing cocaine. I mean, it's like the soap opera,
Right.
for real. You know, sometimes I wanted the people that work there are just as crazy as the people that are in the damn place.
Most
You know,
times.
a lot of times they are.
Most times.
You know?
So how long did you stay on that job?
I worked there 7 years. I've gotten in trouble when I was there many times because of my addiction. I was missing work, coming in late, falling asleep at the jobs.
Of course. Supposed to.
Because I was missing working so much, they said, listen, you're missing too much time. And that's what I told them, I don't want to keep my job, so I got a drug problem. I know they'll pay for my rehab.
That's what I'm about to ask you. Because this is a state-funded job, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out when at some point are we going to offer the man some help? Or do we even
I had
offer
to
him
admit
help?
to it. I
Because
admitted
if
to it. I had
so,
to
you
admit to
had
the
to
problem.
admit to
Yeah.
it. But did you see anybody else get any treatment before you?
No.
Did they suspect you, or did you just
They
come
suspect
clean
something was
with
going
it?
on because I'm always late. I come in half disheveled. Sometimes I have a nasty attitude.
I'm sure.
You know.
Cause he got
I
one
mean,
of
I
them.
can do that in sobriety. I can show up late, disheveled, nasty.
Yeah, he got one of them attitude. Now,
Yeah,
trust me, I know it. I live
I
with him
snap
3
quick
months.
now. I'm good-hearted and everything. Don't piss me off. You know.
I heard that.
So I finally, they said, listen, you're gonna lose your job and something's wrong. I said, listen, okay, I got a drug problem. I need help.
Okay.
So that was in 1986.
Okay.
They told me, okay, you'll send you to rehab. You keep your job. They sent me to rehab up in Pennsylvania, a place called Karen Foundation. I was there for 3 weeks before I messed up there. You know, I got caught in different girls' rooms 3 different times. At first,
So you got another problem too.
Yes, I have a sexual problem.
There we
I have a
go.
lustful
Now
problem.
we cooking with
Yeah,
grease.
yeah.
Now we really finding out what's
I
going
got a
on.
lustful problem too.
Okay.
I like women a lot. I get that from my daddy.
Look, I can't blame you, man.
She like him too.
I hope
She
so.
like him too.
Yeah, I get that
I
from my
like
father.
them occasionally, every now and then. It just depends on how I'm feeling. But when it come down to y'all two, y'all got me beat
Look,
with
I like
women.
them for you, Jason.
Right, thank you. Somebody got to take it up for me. So,
Yeah,
you like
so-
you, so now, first thing at rehab. That's what it sounds like. I'm loving drugs and I'm loving a little coochie. Can I say?
Tracy.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
Which camera can I say this to? So, now, 3 weeks I relapse. What did you relapse from?
Because they kicked me out because I was in the girls' room. I got caught in the
Oh,
girls' 3 different times.
so you just violated drugs didn't even have a thing to do with
No,
it.
just the women.
I'm just in here trying to hit.
Yeah.
So he ain't worried about nothing else. He's just in here trying to get a little
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
So they put you out.
They
So you're in
kicked me out.
Philadelphia. So what happened after
So
that?
I called my father and told him I need bus fare home. After I'm at the bus station, I had a couple dollars on me. Drugs are at the bus stations.
I'm sure.
So I bought me some drugs.
Okay.
Sat and drank up the drugs, smoked the drugs up, and that's when I called my father. Said I need money for bus fare. He sent me some money. I told him more than I needed. Spent a little more. So the day I should have got home in 1 day. It took me 2 days to go home. Got home. I told my father I got kicked out. I explained to him why. He let me stay there. Things got worse from that point. You know, I was thought about I was getting high, finding a way to hustle. I worked at some jobs off and on. I realized I had a problem, and finally realizing I gotta get help, but I wasn't ready to take the full responsibility, take the suggestion they gave me.
Okay.
So I've been in rehabs quite a bit. I've been to, I counted how many rehabs I've been in 26 different rehabs.
Hey man, you kept
2-year
going.
programs, 6-month programs, 30-day programs, therapeutic programs, holistic programs. The reason why I didn't make any of them, because that's what I want. I could do this myself.
Right.
I didn't take no suggestion they give me. I perpetrated the whole way through. I got this done. I graduated program, so I graduated and got high again immediately. On the way home some of the times. I've gotten jobs working for programs. At the Salvation Army as an AHRC, I was the house manager. I used to go home on weekends. On the way home on weekends, I'd make a lot of money. On the way home, I'd get the bus, go buy some crack,
Same
go
old.
get high, then go home. My always said, "What I'm doing?" At that time, I got married. After I left the Uni, I got married because I met a girl there. That didn't last long because drugs was my main thing.
And so when you're going like in and out of rehabs, like are you reaching these places where you yourself are like, I have to change, and then like you want to, or is it okay? I piss somebody off, and if I make them happy, I'll go do the
That
rehab.
no place to stay. People looking for me because I stole their cars.
You had something to gain, but
Yeah.
it wasn't sobriety.
No, it wasn't sobriety. Just to get away somehow to find
Right.
escape.
Right.
Like I said, I was just thinking about ways to get over.
Okay.
I stole a couple of cars, and people find out, say, okay, I gotta get away from here. I think go to rehab. Nobody can find me. I have no place to stay because I lost everything. I go to rehab. They'll find me someplace else. So I'll stay there for a while. I get my trust back in my family and go back and mess it back up in like a short time afterwards.
So let me ask you this too. You say you built trust back with your family.
Okay.
How was that like? How did it feel? Let me load this question up for
Okay,
you.
let me explain how this happened. This last trip. Like I said, I've counted my things. Finally, I would say I can't say sober. I would say abstinent because I was trying to find another way to get high. So I was working at this place in Duluth where I live, where I stay now, at a restaurant. When I first did, I wasn't getting high or drink or nothing. Across the street there's a store, so I started buying a beer every day after work. Go down the street and start drinking a beer. And I got to 2 beers. Go down the store and drink it. I said, well, damn, I need something because I'm getting drunk. I need something to lift me up.
Right, need a companion.
Next thing
with
you
it.
know, my things, I'm a crack star. I'm a rock star. I smoke like a champ, I started asking people around, hey, I can get any hard? Hey, I can get any powder? And one day, about 2 or 3 weeks later, one of the girls I work with, I saw her. I said, what are you doing here? I said, I'm trying to find something. I said, what are you trying to find? I want to know. I don't know if you know. I don't want you to know, but I do drugs. You don't seem like that. Well, I smoke crack. I'm trying to find some crack. I used to smoke, but I stopped. But I'm getting drunk. I need something. So she found somebody for me. Once I did that person, at that time, like I said, I was working, had a nice bank account, had a place to stay, able to go back and forth to work because it was only a mile from my house. There early. When I started doing that again, I started coming home late, drinking, spending my money, going to the store, stealing shit again. 'Cause my thing was I was a burglar. I was shoplifting like crazy.
Oh yeah,
That's why I kept my habit going.
we do that.
I was hell.
It was just life was looking good, things were good.
I destroyed myself.
Oh yeah, because you
Yeah.
go through that. I'm functioning for a minute.
Yes.
And then the functioning, you start doing this thing like my grandma would say, my slip would show. That you ever heard that saying? They'll be like, baby, your slip showing. That was she'd tell an old lady in church when she was doing something she had no business doing.
Yeah, okay.
And then her slip would be showing, so it would be like a metaphor for, okay, I see up under your skirt because now you're doing too much. So you be working, you got your money, so you sneaking around, and that is the most difficult part of it. Sneaking. It is so tiresome and
Try to cover up a
exhausting.
lie. Lying,
It is too, man. The sneaking, it just blows the high altogether. Because you're sneaking, ducking, and dodging every single thing, and you really can't just even get into it. So it almost becomes a job in itself, just doing that, because you keep trying to prove to all of y'all out there that's supporting me and adding value to my life, that love me, and I know that you love me. Now, I really don't give a shit that you do, because I don't give a shit about me.
Right.
So,
put up that facade like you're trying to act
yes,
now.
man. So you did that. So now they kind of tiptoe over to, how long have you been sober now?
I've been sober going 3 years. I got sober October 2nd of 2021.
Congratulations.
Oh yeah, we used to love
Congratulations. Congratulations. That is a triumph. Trust and believe that.
That's
So
good.
3
God
years.
guided me. I know one time, I'm telling you how I got sober. Like I said, I was drinking with my sister. I was staying with my sister. One day, around 2 o'clock in the morning. They come that in the morning. That time I come at 2 o'clock in the morning, she locks the doors after 10 o'clock.
As you should.
Before that happened, that day, as I got off work, drinking, like I said, after I went to drinking, I went to go get some crack. Ride my bike down the road, and I fell. This is how funny God is. First thing comes to my mind is, God's trying to tell me something. Nah. I got on a bike and rode down to the store. Grab me a stem, some Troboy, and some more beers. Take them to the counter. The lady at the counter says, hey, God don't want you doing that. Now, I'm an addict. I'm an alcoholic. You know, first thing we're going to say, this is my last time. I ain't doing no more. So I'm going to go to the stores, try and fix my stuff, because once I get my shit, I want to hit that more.
Yeah.
Dropped everything.
So you drop your
Shit.
stem,
bottles, everything.
Oh, mad now.
Maybe God's trying to tell me something. Maybe hit my ass home. So I start going home, halfway home. Again, well, this is my last time. I'm back. Get the shit again at the store. The lady says, you're back in? So yeah, I dropped everything. See, God's trying to tell you something. Yeah, but this is my last time. So that night, I just stayed up smoking, it's resting my spirit. I got home, like I said, it's 2 o'clock. I still have my sister, she likes to do it 10 o'clock. I'm banging the door, let me in. She lets me in, where you been at? Of course, we lie. I'm a liar. Whenever I'm doing drugs. I met my girlfriend. I was with my girlfriend. I was with my girl. I ain't got no damn girl. My girl's a STEM. You know? That's my wife.
Okay.
You know? So she knows, she recognized, she knows something's been going wrong with me lately. Next morning, she says, I think you need help. And that whole night, my spirit was resting me. The time I slept, I got to be up at 5:30 in the morning. So next morning, she says, you know, I think you're doing something wrong. You need help. I can see something's going on. Yeah, I've been going back again. I've started that shit again. So I'm going to help you find some stuff. So we searched around. Me and her both, we searched the phone. She found SLA. It's come to a place I work for now. We set a date. It was hard to get in there. We talked to the regional director. Her name was, I don't know if we can mention names. But we talked to the regional director, leave it at that. He knows who she is. She made arrangements. She explained to her what was going on with me. My sister did to it. Talked to her. She really made arrangements for me to come in. This time, this trip here, I've had enough because I've seen the carnage. I've seen where I was going. I don't want to go back that way no more. My past is my carnage I've done before. It's landed me in prison, landed me homeless. I don't want that no more. My family just started coming back to me again. I don't want to ruin that no more. I'm tired of that. At this time, I'm 61 years old. I started that journey in 1986 when I was 26. That's when I entered my first rehab. Took me almost 40 years to finally realize something ain't right.
Amen.
My life is messed up. I need freaking help, you know. And they gave me a suggestion before, but I always thought I can do this myself. I don't need no sponsor. This time I crashed.
Yeah.
This time in 2021, when I truly wanted this for a change, I want this for me. My spirit was right. God sent me signs. I finally paid attention to them. I went to Sober Living America, and I started doing everything they asked me to do. I took them suggestions. I got that sponsor. I worked the steps with that sponsor. I went to meetings as much as possible. My place I worked at, they trying to get me to get a house, show me a room. I need to come here and stay here. I told him, listen, I can't do this. He's trying to talk to me. He said, I can pay the rent for you. I can cover you. Don't worry about nothing. I told him, listen, I can't do it. He didn't know I was an alcoholic and addict. Finally, I had to tell him, listen, I can't do this because I'm an alcoholic and an addict. That's why I live in Atlanta, because I'm in a program. He don't want to say nothing about this. He tells me, listen, you can stop anytime you want. You got a strong mind. I said, listen, I can't do it. Listen, you're smart. You can stop anytime you want. You ain't got to do it. Listen, I can't do it, man. I've tried. So now you can stop anytime. I said, I tell you what. Now, he smokes 2 packs of cigarettes a day. You stop smoking for 2 days, I'll take this room. I can't do that. I run the same shit back to him. You're a strong mind. You could do it. No, I can't. No, you're smart. You could do it. No, I can't do that. See, this is where my alcoholism and addiction is. I tried on my own. I can't do it. I need help.
Right.
That's why I go to meetings. That's why I talk to a sponsor. That's why I read and get help, because I can't do it on my own.
He's faithful to meetings,
Yeah.
too.
But that's
He is.
great that you were able to not only speak that to him in a language that he could understand with the cigarettes, right? But also to stand up for what you needed. Because I've come across so many people who, you know, when they learn that in recovery, they're like, well, I'm strong-willed, so like I could just put it down. And I'm like, cool. Like for me, it has nothing to do with my willpower.
Yeah.
I mean, like I was anorexic for God knows how long. Like I have willpower, you know. But when it comes to drugs and alcohol, it's like that's not what it is. It is a legitimate. It is an addiction. It is a complete it's not just as simple as putting it down because you know it's like it whispers my name.
Yes.
You know, the only thing that I found that gets it to stop calling my name is if I plug into this community, to this type of recovery. This is what works and this is what I need. Please respect me enough to, you know,
Yes.
keep your opinions yours.
Yes. I've been to holidays. One time, my cousin, actually my brother-in-law, comes to me and says, "Hey, want a beer?" I can't drink. He says, "One beer ain't gonna hurt you." I had to tell him, "Listen, I have a beer today. A couple of days, I'm gonna have 3 beers. By next week, I'm going back to my shit again. You won't like me no more."
Yeah.
Because I said he understood and respected me because I stood up for me for a change.
Yes, as you should.
Because usually it's just, I'll take when nobody's gonna say nothing. Drink it down.
Yeah.
I had to learn to my own self be true. I got to remember where that shit took me each time I tried on my own.
Yeah.
I got to remember that hell, that
Yep.
pain, the misery, the loss of self, the loss of family.
It's like, yeah, one beer is not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
But for me, because I had a lot of people like, oh, you can just smoke a little pot, like it'll be fine. And I'm like, for you, it's just pot. For me, it's a
Right.
downward spiral
Right.
towards
I
heroin and
can't do
ketamine every time.
Any drug for me. I can't smoke a cigarette. For me, this is how, and I'm throwing caution to the wind so everyone knows. If you ever want to know if I relapse, you can notice it just by me smoking a cigarette. Because when I stop doing drugs, I completely stop doing everything. Because I feel like everything is related. I feel like a cigarette is a cousin to a beer.
Yeah.
A beer is a first cousin to some weed. I'm gonna go from one to another one to the next until I finally get to what I need, and then I need all of it at the same time. So let's do this. Let's change. At least pass on it. Tell us where you right now.
Okay,
Where are
right
you?
now, by the grace of God, because like I said, He's going to put me here and put me in the right spot. I feel I work for Sober Living America, the place I came in at back in 2001. I was there for 3 months. They asked me to be guest service. They asked me to be guest service worker. So they see how I can talk to people, I can understand them, and I don't put myself above nobody. Because I remember what the fuck I've been at. You know, I remember the hell I've been through. So how am I going to put myself because I got a job about somebody else struggling the same way I did? So they hired me there, asked me to be guest service. I did that for a while until I graduated. Once I graduated, I became a director up in Gainesville.
Before you go to the director, tell everyone what guest service, what that does. what
Guest
it
service
entails.
is pretty much when the person comes in, we do an intake paperwork on them. I do meetings with them. I do a big book study in the morning, 9 o'clock. I do a big book study. Then introduce them to the first 3 steps of recovery. 3 o'clock, I do a spiritual meeting. Andy Stan, I introduce them how to make proper decisions, make right choices, you know, how to better their life. After that, I take them to meetings. I help them find a sponsor. A lot of these guys never been to a program before, know nothing about the meetings. If someone just came to programs before, they didn't really do any shit. You know, the people that they work for, the program they were in, didn't help them at all. They say, "Here, go find a sponsor."
That's it.
I go to the meetings. I ask them on the van. I say, "Who ain't got a sponsor?" They tell me, "Who's this?" I'm gonna get you one. And I make sure that they get a sponsor that's good, because I don't want nobody that's gonna half-ass them. I want them to do good. Everybody, I do what I do because I love everybody there. Because I know what it's like to be at the bottom. I know what it's like to not have anybody care for you to help you. I feel that. I tell everybody, listen, where you're at, I've been. I will treat you just like I treat myself. I want you to make it. I want everybody to make it.
I love that it's like a full circle from you start working at that psychiatric hospital. You're like, I'm just going to treat them like people because they're people, but you're like getting high and everything. And now it's like, no, these people, they're people, and I'm going to treat them like people because I've also been where they're at, and now you're sober.
see them
So
get
it's
better,
just like,
you know?
yeah.
That's the Valley experience. That's what that is. I want to touch on a few things that he said, and I want to back up a lot of things that he said too. Me and Charles met because I was in the SLA in Duluth for 3 months.
Yeah, 3
That's
months,
how we met. So let's start here. I couldn't stand Charles' ass when I first met Charles. Let's put that out there. Let's just go
Straight
put it
out.
on out there. Charles had the slickest, smartest mouth I have ever seen in my
I got a
life.
smart mouth
Now
now.
listen, when you got a slick mouth with me, I want to be slick too. So we would bump heads. But I knew he was a good person.
bump heads with
yes,
somebody,
Lord.
Jason.
Not
Yeah.
Jason.
I
He's a
don't
good
play.
brother.
So we had a respect for each other. Let's be clear about that. It was a respect for each other, but it was like two bulls. Now, regardless of how we were, we would kind of go at each other here and there, but we always respected each other, and we had each other back too, because I knew that Charles knew I was serious about my program, and I knew he was serious about his.
Straight coming in, he was serious.
Let me tell you what I watched him do that he doesn't get any credit for. When you hear guest service, you heard just like how would they say it? It's like the description, job description. I watched Charles go in his pocket a countless number of times. Keep in mind that he getting a little change. They ain't paying it right. He lives with. I'm gonna say he can't say it. I can say it.
Yeah, you can.
He's living. He's guest services. Living in an apartment, packed with guys. Should need his own personal space, but he's sharing it. If they need something, he going in their pocket. Anytime they need to go somewhere, he taking them to and from in vans. Not counting just the meeting. I'm talking about store rides, and he's taking them to work. Okay. After that, now he building incredible relationships with food banks. How I know he's building them with food banks? Because I was with him. It was one we love to go to because I like to thrift and yard sales, so we used to go to the one. I was like, Charles, listen, don't wake me up if you go into those lame ones. But if you go into the one, what was it in?
The one you're talking about the one in Gainesville.
Yes, the one in Gainesville.
Good
It
Samaritan.
was
Good
it was
Samaritan.
like the Gucci of
Good Samaritan.
food banks.
That was me with
Love
North Fulton. North Fulton
No,
Community
no,
Charities.
Because when you get down there, so you got like a 30-day supply, and then you got like a week supply. But I didn't care about the 30 or the week. It was a clothes rack. Spot the clothes rack way
not
over
even
there from the
surprised.
van. I'm like, ooh, Charles, we got to go. So he built some great relationships with those people. And the relationship that he built with them, when I end up matriculating to Choice Recovery, which I'm currently in now, Joseph Hicks runs that one. I called Charles on the phone. Charles introduced me to now the current one that helps us in Choice Recovery, the food bank. So he plugged me in. He plugged me into that food bank. So now I volunteer with them, and great people.
Awesome.
He also clothes banks. He helps you with that. Charles was even going to motels, getting sheets donated for the rooms. Man, let me tell y'all something, bro. Don't let it fool you when you just look at him. He is when the beginning statement that you said, in short, saint. That's the real deal. That's the real deal. Let me tell you something, man. It's some real superheroes on this earth. And it's the little people that people ignore, that they pay no attention to, that break up fights. I had problems at SLA where I had people that we bump heads because of my sexuality, because of my color. I deal with a lot of homophobia. I deal with a lot of racism. Charles was right there with me I'm talking about the entire time. He was not on my side, and he wasn't on their side. He was on the truth side. We became true, real friends. We still keep in contact today. That's why he's here today, because we built a great relationship. I thank God that the pain that he was going through, that it led him to the proximity of the people that would put him in the course and the quality of his purpose on this earth, because that's what led him.
Yeah. That's
what led him to where he's at now. And anytime you overworked and underpaid and you stay, you in it for the right reasons. It doesn't matter. The money never matters to him. It can be 3:00 in the morning, he'll get up. And keep in mind, SLA's numbers are huge. It's not like it's smaller places where you got 10 or 15 guests. It's 75, 80.
Yeah, it's just about 65 at this time.
Man.
Because we had a bunch of open beds.
I'm talking about, I have seen Charles do some stuff that Lord knows. I'll be like, oh no. And then the amount of disrespect that come along with what he put up with on top of it. And he still stick to the program. He's still taking them to meetings. He's still giving them anything that he has money-wise. It's people that he makes sure, because the food man, you got to get up early. They in the bed sleep. Charles on the van driving to Gwinnett.
6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning.
Seen him do it.
Well, I love that you point out all of this stuff that's, not on paper.
Right, most definitely.
Because that is important work, and that is very helpful to all these people. But for the other people who are also in your position, how are you taking care of yourself?
He's not.
I think the best, how do I look at it?
Tell the truth.
I am going to tell the truth. I feel all the shit that I've been through, rehabs and all shit. God has put me through a lot of shit to get me to where I need to be, to place me where I need to be, to help other people. I'll put other people before me. Like I said, if somebody around the store, they need some clothing, they ain't at our subways, our clothing ain't that big, I'll take them to the store and buy them a couple of things out of my pocket. It's not my money. God gave me this money. Because I remember back in the streets, I had no money. I was out there stealing and hustling what I had to get. This is not my money. I'm blessed to have what I do have. I always say God didn't give me what I want, but he gives me just enough to need. I got money in my pocket. I got a bank account. I got people who want to see me do the right thing.
Amen.
You know, the reason why he says, like he says, I put a lot of bullshit.
They do.
I would have left there a long time ago, but the only reason why I stay there, because the people, the guests that I got there, I want them to make it. And I know if I leave, there's nobody that would do what to help them out like I do. You know, I know there's people that won't take them to meetings because they didn't go to meetings until I got there. Nobody would take them to meetings. They don't go to fucking food banks like they should be. They wouldn't have no classes. They didn't have, before I got there, they didn't have the spirituality class. I had to get that back going.
What about the church too? That church? Yeah, I forgot about that.
They'll make sure they don't want to get them, take them to church. I do all this because God has shown me that's what he wants me to do. To help, he blessed me with another day of life. I should have been dead a long time ago. You know, I've been through car windshields, I've been in accidents, I hit 3 park, all this other crazy stuff. But God let me live. By doing this, you know, he taught me to be more spiritual. Like I said, it's not religious, but he taught me to be more spiritual and tell me what to treat people like you want to be treated. He taught me to remember where I've been at. That I need to help other people to find a new life. So if I've had people's family call me and say, you know, they talk about, my son talks about you, I'm grateful for you. I tell them that, thank me, but thank God, because he's the one that placed me here. He put me in the spot where I'm at to be able to do this. If it was for him, I wouldn't be here. You know?
Let me tell you about
glory
the
goes
church
to God, not me.
that he connected SLA with. The church is CPR. That's the name of the church. Let me tell you just the relationship. Charles picks everybody up in the van, and you go to church. When you get there, you go an hour early because the church makes breakfast. They cook breakfast, and I'm not talking about a bowl of cereal. I'm talking about like, man,
Eggs,
one lady, man,
pancakes,
bro.
sausage.
These people cooking like full course meals for people they don't know. They don't know. They met them through Charles, so that it's people that are in sober living programs. So you sit down and you eat breakfast. After that, then you attend church. After church, you come back to that same spot and they give you bags to go home with. That has frozen food in it, cereal, milk, etc., the stuff you need. And then you go up the sidewalk, and then you go around the curb to get clothes from a clothes closet too.
Right there.
He built this bridge with these people.
Wow.
Let me tell you one of my favorite moments with Charles used to be. Charles likes to eat like I like to eat. Don't tell nobody this. What I'm telling you now.
Oh, yeah, just say it live on air.
Right. So, me and Charles would take little grocery runs.
Yeah.
We love grocery runs, Kroger or whatever. But then Charles messed around and won a year's supply of
Canes. Chicken fingers.
Yes.
Canes.
Somebody stole the card too, by the way. I'm saying it too. So whoever got Charles' card, give it up.
I am pissed, and I like Canes chicken too.
So we in the car, in the van, right? So Charles, everybody that ride with it, Charles scared him when he drive because Charles used to have the van on 2 wheels. Now listen, don't fire him because of it too. Now I'm just talking. So we in the van when I said, Charles, man, you be driving like hell, bro. Charles said, "Cause I used to be the getaway man. That's why I can drive like that,
Yeah,
and still drive like that to today."
Yeah. But I'm a good driver, though.
He's a wonderful driver, but you
Damn
gotta
good.
buckle your seatbelt.
Yeah,
You gotta buckle your seatbelt
yeah.
because Charles is treating a grocery store run like we're running from the police. I'm telling you now.
He's true.
You got to get in there. You got to strap up. I stay in the front with him. I got to be in the front with him. I'm shot.
It sounds like if you're in the back, you might get car sick.
Just watch out for speed bumps.
We had some really good times there. I miss you guys too. Joshua, Josh's last name is what? Jameson, right?
Jameson, yes, sir.
Jameson. He's the director of the program. Now, he and Charles work hand in hand. Josh does more of the financial and what we would call it, the technical parts of it, where and Charles does the people. He's the people man. He's beyond this guest service. He is the go-to for pretty much everything other than just paying bills. Yeah, that's what he does.
It's a blessed place.
He was a solid rock for me. He really
I'm glad
was.
Jason's a good man too.
I do what I
Just
Yes, he
I
is.
like Jason.
I do what
Like
I
I
can
said,
do.
we had a little problems at first,
Yeah.
but then we started talking, and we go to church. I tell you, different driving to work. So talk about God, Sometimes I get mad. I gotta say, God, forgive me. I should, good.
Well, as we come in for a close here, if you look back at this last 3, almost 4 years, what are some milestones that you've hit that you didn't think were possible?
My family respect me and loving me and invite me to cookouts and holidays. Being able to buy simple things. Being able to buy a plane ticket to go to New York, to travel someplace. A simple thing like that. I would never be able to buy a plane ticket in the past.
Right.
With my own money, being able to go take people out to eat. If I have extra money, somebody's hungry, come on, I'll take a Burger King, take them to get something to eat. Be able to help somebody. Get my best thing, I'd say, of all things, is getting back in touch with my higher power, God.
Amen.
I realized the things He put me through made me what I am today. They say God won't let you go through nothing that you can't handle, but He'll let you go through stuff to make you stronger. I believe He did that for me.
Most definitely.
I've been in rehabs. Like I said, I've been in rehabs, programs, in and out of jail, in and out of prison, homeless. I believe He let me experience all this. The people in the spot where I can tell other people about it and how if I can do it, they can do it.
It's a
'Cause I've been where they were
testimony.
at.
Yep. It's a
I've been through that
testimony.
same hellhole. They got to have faith and change everything up here. Here's where it all starts, the way they think. It's up here.
Yes, it does.
If you don't change this, nothing changes.
No.
Right.
You got to think totally different. You got to renew your mind. Think
Yes,
exactly
daily.
it. It all starts up here. You got to change the way you think. You got to tell yourself, you got to forgive yourself. 'Cause a lot of times in our addictions and alcoholisms, we get that feeling of self-worth. I ain't shit. I can't fucking get this. I can't do this. I ain't worth a fuck. I tell them, listen, you are worth a fuck. The drugs and alcohol make us talk,
So to
do
speak.
things that we don't want to do. You're worth it. I want to see you recover. Everybody's worth recovery. You got to forgive yourself.
Absolutely.
If God can forgive you, why can't you forgive yourself?
Yep.
That's where it begins at. That's where you start forgiving yourself. Understand that the drugs and alcohol make you do shit that you don't normally do. That's not the real you.
No.
Right.
By far.
And now you ain't doing no drugs and alcohol. Now you have choices. Now you can make the choice to do the right thing or the wrong thing. Because drugs ain't controlling you no more. You're free from that. You have the freedom to choose. I always tell people God's going to use you either way. If you go back, relapse, and become that bad apple, God's going to say, see, look at him. He had it all. I gave him, showed him everything, did it, but he chose the wrong path. He wanted to go back to where he was. Don't be like him. Well, God's going to say, now look at him. I showed him what to do. I showed him the right path. I helped him make the right decision. Look how good he's doing. Follow his footsteps.
Right. Like, do you want to
God's
be the
gonna use you the way.
lesson or the
Yes,
inspiration?
exactly. And I look at that. I tell people that when I do my groups, I do my meetings. I'm blessed. Like I said, the reason why I'm at today, because my meetings I go to, the people I take care of. They think I'm helping them. They help me more than they know. I'm growing stronger by seeing them because it keeps me in mind where I used to be at. Now it makes me want to help them. And it doesn't be like, try to get your life better because you are worth it. Everybody's worth recovery. I don't discriminate against nobody. Everybody's here for recovery. I don't believe in discrimination. I can't stand discrimination. We all have defects of character. We all have problems. I'm trying to get my life together by stop doing drugs and alcohol. Because if I keep on doing that shit, I'm going to die. You could say I was ready to walk in dead doing that shit. Because I was out there not giving a shit. I cared about myself.
Touche.
I cared about nothing. Times I thought about how to kill myself. By the grace of God, He showed me that you're worth this recovery. You're worth this new life. He's giving it to me. He's giving me all the blessings I got. I got family that love me. Like I said, I got family that love me now, man.
That's beautiful too.
They tell me before they would never have me come, never invite me. Now they call me, hey, Uncle Butch, you coming? Hey, Uncle Buddy, you coming? Please come. We want you to come. I work 7 days a week, so a lot of times it's hard to do. I'm working a lot, and I work various hours. And like you said, I don't get paid that much.
That's the goals, though.
But it's not
to
about
get
the money.
invited back to the cookout. That's goals these days. As an addict, that is goals. When you finally get invited back to the cookout, that is goals
yeah.
now.
It's a blessing,
It
man.
really sounds really petty.
Family's a big
But
thing.
yeah, and then it's a blessing that you have. You said this too, and I know we're about to close. You said that your sister said, you need some help. Let me tell you what I love about her saying that you need some help. She didn't just say it. She's still with you helping now. She is here today.
Yep. My backup.
She
My
taught
backup.
what
She's
she
my strength.
walked.
Yeah.
I thank
She
God
does.
for you, young lady.
Yep.
That sweetie pie. I hadn't spoken to my sister in over a year based on different things here and now. And God knows I wanted to get better. But to see this, it kind of gives me some encouragement and some hope. So you got some good people on your side, man.
If I decide to think
It's
of
a
something
beautiful
wrong,
thing.
I run sometimes say, okay, I want to do this. So you tell me, it's like a sponsor. You think that's a good idea?
Right.
You know, I don't think that's too
Right.
smart. I think you need to think about it. I think you need to pray about it. That's a blessing, you know.
It is.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight, Charles. Your story is the kind I feel like I could just sit down with you all day and just ask you questions. This has been a very, I don't know, I feel like this has been a very beautiful episode.
It has been. Got
Yeah,
my
I can't thank you
homeboy.
enough for joining us tonight and sharing your
I'm
story.
blessed to have you that you've asked me.
Yeah,
Sometimes I
most
stutter
definitely.
because I start thinking too much. My mouth starts moving faster than my lips do. But I'm glad I was able to. Hopefully, by me saying something and sharing some things, that maybe we could touch somebody, let them see that. Well, that guy can do it. Maybe there is hope for
Yeah.
me. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate you too. I do. I want to tell you thank you, just for putting up with me.
You're
Most
good people.
definitely, putting up with the guys at SLA like you do, for continue to be obedient to God's word.
Amen.
Lord, no, that's one of the toughest ones sometimes. And you continue to fight the good fight, man. Thank you for coming.
I'm glad to be here.
And thank you to Caleb and Katie on the ones and twos tonight in the producer's seats. And thank you to our donors and supporters who make this show possible. And thank you to our in-studio audience for keeping us company tonight. And this has been another episode of the Most High Show.
Awesome.
What's up?
I thank you for having me, guy. You know?
Oh, boy.